Because he's running the Lycanroc package, you don't really want Fighting Fury Belt because it can only go on Buzzwole.
Right. That's just going to make it a little bit tough for him to withstand these 220 damage.
Yes, it is.
Attacks.
Unfortunately.
Right. So that's going to mean that Jared's one-shotting Buzzwole.
Yep, and we see Sam just kind of executing his game plan on the first couple of turns, which is just, I want my artillery kind of set up, I want to get a couple of rock rips on the bench, and I want to set up a Buzzwole or two. And that's pretty much where he's at. He's missing like the second Buzzwole and an energy attachment.
Not too bad of a start though. And Jared's starting with Mew, and he does have one Magnemite on the bench there. So the potential for Magnezone is technically there. He doesn't have any Necrozma or attackers out so far.
Yeah, he attached an energy. He Skyled last turn. I didn't quite catch what happened with the Skyled because we were having, like you said, some internet issues.
We got kicked off the internet.
Rage. But my guess is that he might have grabbed a like a rare candy and has the Magnezone in hand to just, all right, does he have the N? Because if he doesn't, I'm gonna go off.
Kind of the same thing we saw Alex doing on stream earlier, but definitely.
Exactly.
It looks like he did do that, so he has a Skyled in the discard, so... But Sam finds a strong energy to knock out this Mew.
Mew, go home.
You're done. But yeah, so that was pretty clutch right there, and also the Parallel City kind of preventing Jared from having an extensive bench. He plays another Magnemite down.
Different variants of Magnemites. I don't know exactly which ones and what attacks these do, if there's a reason behind having different ones outside of just, maybe it's hard to find Magnemites because it's not really a card people keep.
So you think the Magnemites is like an accident?
Good old last minute, what do I want? Something that if he wins, we can ask him.
And he also plays two different... Oh, I think those are just the different arts. So he probably might have had to scramble to get this deck together.
That's what I'm thinking.
He might not have been planning on bringing Duskmane to the tournament. Could have been a last-minute decision.
Yeah. We see the...
Okay, now you can shoot some of this.
We see the Duskmane Prism come down. So he plays a Bridget. And immediately plays Duskmane and Duskmane Prism. And tries to grab a third, and Sam very hastily goes, I have a Parallel, you can't put more things down, and he picked him back up.
Good catch.
So,
right there
good catch on Sam.
Oh, also, by the way, we do have a table judge starting from this round for the next 3 rounds, so yay.
Yay, table judges.
So that will help us for sure in catching game players and mistakes. But so far, actually, only one incident. It's been pretty good so far.
Yeah, for 6 rounds of
only one.
Only one judge call.
Right.
Or 2 judge calls technically.
Yeah.
One with us calling the judge, and then one with the knocking over cards, but in the same match. But they were going fast. They were trying to finish up a third game in a really long grinding game. Or sequence of games, rather.
Not sure who's going to take this game. I mean, Sam's deck is more consistent, but Jared's is more powerful once it's set up.
Right. So, I don't know. I haven't playtested this matchup at all. Solgaleo deck is not a deck I'm very familiar with.
I played it a little bit. It's just one of those decks where, like I said, if it gets set up, it's going to keep going. But you also need to hit your energies every turn. So just play a 2 energy retrieval. But
Sam plays the Brooklet Hill, finds the Regirock. Regirock giving him a little bit extra damage on his actives. And with that, he's pistol handing, he's going to draw some cards and just knock out that Magnemite, put in a little extra damage on the back Magnemite, saying, I want to make sure I can knock that if you do evolve it. And things are looking really good for Sam here.
Sam's deck is a lot faster.
Yes.
Than Jared, so he's going to get the jump on him in these early turns, as we have seen right now, already taking 2 prizes, picking off these small basics, which is what Buzzwole is really good at it.
Yep. And so we kind of see Jared just kind of go, well, I don't have anything.
Yeah,
and like we said, his deck is more powerful, but if you whiff on your game plan, you can't get to the power aspect.
Yep, it's tough to set up. He doesn't have a Magnezone yet. He has, I think, 1 card in hand, but apparently that card is not anything useful. That baby Solgaleo there can come in super handy.
Yes, it could. Good old Prism. All right, and so we see the Guzma come up. He's just going to try to stall this Regirock. He's trying to get just a board presence here at this point. And with that, we're just going to see what's going on, see if Sam can get out of the situation and keep attacking. That Sam's going to draw for turns. A couple of choice bands in his hand, a strong energy. Looks like he has a Guzma, so he can get right out of it. So he's trying to see if he can math and find a way to one-shot that Solgaleo. Taking his time thinking, which he has a lot of cards and lots of options, so just making sure he's executing the game plan correctly. It's fine taking a couple seconds here to just find his line. So we see the Guzma, as we kind of expected. Buzzwole comes down. We might see a choice band plus another strong energy on it. Abyssal hand for 2, I believe. Maybe just 1. Going up to 5 cards regardless. And he's going to hit for a lot of damage here. 100 on the active, 30 on the bench. It just says, I'm going to knock this out if you don't do anything. And we see a top deck Cynthia from Jared, which is huge. And so, drawing his cards, hopefully getting something here, because Jared just hasn't been doing anything this game. Sam's looking through his discard real quick, just seeing what options he has. Hey, do I have more Guzmas? How can I make this game plan the best game plan I can? And then he's Ultra Balling, trying to probably needs to set up another Magnemite.
That's what I thank you.
Perfect.
Okay.
But yeah, so
and to solve a little bit of a discussion we had there
regarding the double energy attachments, but that is all taken care of.
Yep. So now what's going on in this game? You want to catch me up to speed really quick?
Sam is Buzzwoling. Jared dead drew for a couple of turns. Tried to Guzma lock him. Sam had a counter Guzma. Guzma lock did not work. Jared does not have a Magnezone out or any Magnemites. It's kind of dead drawing.
Yeah, it looks a little rough for Jared, just glancing at the board here. Yeah, and I do think maybe at this point he might want to consider going to a game 2 just because his deck is so slow.
Yeah.
He's going to need that time to win a second and third game.
Yeah. Like, that's one of the biggest things in Pokemon that like takes a while to learn is once you're at the point where there's a 95% chance you're not going to win the game, playing for that 5% chance isn't worth the amount of time it's going to take to get to that 5%, and just picking up your cards, going to game 2 and saying, hey, I have a 60-70% win rate. Let's just pick up these next 2 games. It's better than playing out, winning that 5%, and then if I lose the next one, then we just draw. And yeah. You gotta play for your outs, guys.
It's a tough choice to make, though, because sometimes I think
it's tough.
Sometimes you can just get there. Sometimes crazy things happen, and I've seen really good players pull insane wins out of their hat. And just like, how did he win that? So you always gotta have that kind of hope as well. But there's definitely
a good example of that was our game 1 that we watched at round 2.
Yes.
Where we saw just out of nowhere he won off of Team Rocket's handiwork, and that game like was just so back and forth the entire time. Had no idea what was going to happen.
Yeah, the Sylveon game versus Glaceon. Yeah, that was pretty crazy. Yeah, but this Solgaleo is kind of keeping him in. Radiant Star is just really strong in this deck. It's allowing him to attach a metal energy from his discard pile to his Pokemon in any way he likes, one for each of opponent's Pokemon in play.
Yep.
So yeah, that could get 6 energies out the discard right now. If you can't set up the Magnezone, sometimes Radiant Star can do the work.
And that's why it's in here, is it's a basic that lets you...
It's so good. Look at this.
Okay.
Oh, apparently he had the win worked out there.
Yeah, he's just like, just so you know, I can do the thing, and
By the
then
way,
I got it. So
this game is over. By the way, I won the game. All right.
I'm glad that you did that, but I've won.
Okay, so moving on to game 2, Sam Hough is going to take game 1 with Buzzwole.
Buzzwole Lycanroc.
That early game pressure really got him there.
Yeah, like the thing is because Jared is on a stage 2 deck, the stage 1s in those lines are usually only 50 or 60 HP, and when Buzzwole hits them for 30, like it forces you only have one turn.
Yeah.
And if you don't hit it that one turn, the game's usually just over.
Not to mention like the strong energies. I mean, they're allowing him to hit 50.
Yeah, well, 30 to the bench still, regardless.
30 to
It's
the
only
bench, yeah.
it's extra 20.
Oh, and then it's 90 to the active.
Yeah.
That's so ridiculous.
Night Spears. 1 mana Night
My
Spears,
gosh.
boys.
1 mana.
1 energy. Whatever you want to call it.
Same thing. Same thing.
We play...
Oh, it's 30-30. It's not nice.
Is it 30-30?
Yeah, it's 30-30.
Yeah.
Okay, so I said 50 to the... All right.
But then you
It was 50. So he did 50 to the Mew.
Yeah.
Yeah, Strongs make it do 50. It's 30.
I mean, Choice Bandit, you get to 80.
Not quite as good as Light Spirit. Oh my gosh.
Not quite, guys.
That
Very close.
would be scary, guys. Anyway, they are shuffling up. And Jared going first here, which is good, really good, because it gets him the jump on this evolution. He can evolve one turn earlier, which,
Ooh.
I mean, we didn't see Magnezone last game at all, but...
Yeah.
Hopefully this
Regirock lead for Sam is not ideal. He isn't an attacker. He just likes to sit on the bench and say, hey guys, do more damage.
Yeah.
Doesn't happen when it's in your active usually.
And he only runs 1, so it's kind of unlucky start.
Yeah. He had the Octillery, but you really want to protect the Octillery more than the Regirock. Drawing those cards is just way more important for Sam than it is to lose 2 prizes over 1.
The Regirock can take a hit here. It's not too big of a deal. I mean, not a 220 damage hit, but... So Jared opens with Bridget just kind of in his hand.
I better
pretty easily there.
put at least 1 more Magnemite down. And probably 2 different Solgaleos. And we're just going to make sure that I'm set up for the rest of the game.
Yeah, the Magnezone is a lot nicer than, say, Bronzong, which was the previous popular way to accelerate metal. Because you only need 1. You need 1 Magnezone instead of having like 3 Bronzong set up or something. It's a lot.
The thing is, in Bronzong with the stage 1, you didn't need rare candies, though.
That's true,
so
that's true.
They have their pros and cons.
It's a lot easier on bench space, but tougher in terms of...
Actually getting active and going. Absolutely.
Getting it set up.
Bronzong was such a good card.
Bronzong was good, yeah. Rip Bronzong.
Can we get a Bronzong reprint for this format so that way we can play Bronzong Solgaleo?
Yeah, that would be...
That would be a deck.
Definitely be a deck. Alright, so that's going to be the end of the turn for Jared.
Yep, and we did see exactly what we were thinking was another Magnemite, make sure that he can get one to live through a turn. And then a couple of different Solgaleos to just give him options throughout the rest of the game.
And Cynthia here for Sam. Looking for anything else. Like any other Pokemon, really.
Literally anything.
Yeah.
Give me some Rockruffs, give me some Buzzwoles.
And energy.
Energy would be good.
Wants to see Buzzwole energy for sure. I mean, I see some energy there, but I'm not seeing any.
I think it's another Pokemon.
There might be an Ultra Ball.
Oh yeah, I think there's an Ultra Ball there.
Okay. Guess not playing it. Maybe he needs a Lele next turn.
So,
I'm not sure if there's a supporter in there.
I think what his game plan is here is he's attaching the energy there, and then next turn he can attach the strong energy to the Regirock, and then Ultra Ball for Octillery and draw 5 cards.
Yeah.
Or draw 4 cards, because he's going to draw a card per turn.
I could see that happening as well. I think that'd probably be his play. Good call on that one.
Instead of Leleing, just because he only runs one melee. You really want to save that for like a Guzman or something instead of like
for the end
draw
of the game.
supporter.
And this way you would get Octillery all set up and ready to go, chilling for the rest of the game.
Yes.
Ready to Abyssal Hand whenever.
And we see the Magnezone hit the field.
There he is. And we knew he had the rare candy just sitting in his hand, kind of waiting.
Yeah. So now we get to see what Jared's deck can actually do.
I'm guessing it's going to do 220 damage to
I
things.
feel like it's going to do 220 damage over and over and over again.
I think that might be the plan, and a Sycamore as well, so much better start for Jared this time. This isn't Hearthstone. I know we're both Hearthstone players, so.
We'll play Hearthstone. I played Magic the Gathering for years. Mana's a thing. I'm sorry, guys. It's all the same to me.
Mana, energy, interchangeable.
Energy crystals, mana crystals, whatever. They all functionally do the same thing.
So Jared's still here, getting set up, playing a nice nest ball, right?
That is what that card is.
Nest ball. I'm still getting used to nest ball, honestly. And he plays the one copy, grabs another Duskmane with it.
Yeah. Which makes sense. Like, he has the Magnezone already. There's no reason to...
Definitely. And Mount Coronet, I think that's how you pronounce that, allows him to get energies back from the discard every turn. So that's how he's going to supply the endless energy that Necrozma needs in order to keep chaining the attack. And he plays 4 copies of the stadium as well.
Sam will not be winning the stadium war.
Definitely
Fun fact. He does actually run 4 stadiums, but...
So he might win.
I mean,
But Jared also runs a field blower, so that can help him there.
Yeah, Sam does not.
Sam
so
doesn't, yeah.
They can fight over it, but Jared has more resources.
And here it is.
Yeah, we're gonna see step 1. This Lele is probably going down, and probably one of the Duskmane, Duskmane Necrozma without.
I don't know if I like getting rid of Radiant Star, but I guess he definitely wants to keep those 2 attackers, and Magnezone is not a question at this point. He can always probably rescue Stretcher for the baby Solgaleo.
Well, I believe with the Prism effect, it is actually removed from the game permanently.
Is that so?
Because with Prism cards...
Yeah, he just took it out of the discard.
It doesn't actually hit the discard.
Wow.
It's gone. It is in the loss zone.
The loss zone. That's super interesting interaction that we don't really see anywhere else in the game right now.
Yep. There's only a couple, like 3 or 4 playable cards
that
have that effect on it.
Yeah, there's not very many. And it doesn't come up that much, I feel like.
No.
But that's Jared's only copy of that Solgaleo, so if this Magnezone goes down somehow, I mean, it'll be a little tough for Sam to take it out. But if it did, he doesn't have that backup plan anymore.
Yeah. And Sam just says, I'm gonna draw some cards off this Octillery. I'm gonna hit a supporter, which he does, plays the end, and then is hoping to just hit the actual attackers that are in his deck, because he's still not seen an attacker.
That's very true. He has Regirock chilling there in the active.
Just hanging out. Oh, so many energies on Sam's side.
I don't think I see an attacker again there.
No, it does look like he has a...
No, he says pass.
Well, he has a Brooklet Hill, but because he played the Parallel City this turn, he can't actually play it. So it wouldn't surprise me if next turn we see Brooklet Hill into probably Buzzswole, and then he has a Max Elixir in his hand, he has a Strong Energy in his hand, so he can power it up theoretically really, really quickly.
Yeah, so given the right circumstances, that hand's going to go off next turn if he's allowed to keep it going there.
Yep. See, an energy retrieval is going to grab the 1 energy in his discard and just go ahead and immediately attach it.
No reason not to.
And then I'm going to Cynthia. Just saying, I really like Jared's shirt.
Jared's shirt, it's nice. It has Pikachu.
All the Pokeballs.
Yeah, very theme appropriate here.
Yes.
So I believe that Duskmane has 3 energies and it needs 4 to pull off the 220 damage, so he's going to be looking for an energy here.
Yeah, I believe it also has a smaller attack that doesn't deal damage on it, though.
It has a GX attack, too, for 3.
Dude, he already got him. He's pretty much got him so fired already.
Yeah, the GX attack is 250 for 3, but you have to have
less prizes
than your opponent. So,
but it could, for 3 energy, deal 60 with just Claw.
Yes, Claw Slash does 60.
Put some
But
damage
that's
around
not
the
what
board.
he would definitely rather Meteor Tempest.
Oh yeah, absolutely. But if he can't get there this turn, I suspect with 3 energies on it, he will probably hit it for 60 regardless, because there's no reason not to.
And it's not a threat. It's not an attacker. It's kind of stuck there either way.
Yeah.
So, because it doesn't look like he got the energy, I don't think.
Oh, I think he has a Professor's Letter in his hand.
Does he? Yeah.
Yep.
There it is.
So he gets the energy, which is good.
There it is. But is that the last card in hand, or he had one more?
He has one more card in hand. I don't think it's a
I
supporter.
don't think so either.
So he's going all in here, and the problem is that because he got rid of the Prism Duskmane, he can't get those energies back just on his board. So, like, had he got rid of the other Duskmane Necrozema, the big one, and kept the Prism, he could have taken that extra energy he has and attached it to that instead, and then been able to start recycling his energies after 220ing this Regirock.
Yeah, like I said, I didn't like taking that option away. He is going to draw 2 cards here effectively with the prize cards. So he might get something useful.
Yep, he's going to hope. I know I've been in that position before where I'm like, I don't have much that I can draw, but we're gonna take some prizes and hope that that's what I'm looking for. Yep, and sure enough, Sam drops the Brooklet Hill, grabs the Buzzwole, shuffles up. I expect that we will see a Max Elixir come down, and there's an N hiding in the back there too, so very good if he hits this. Fortunately, he doesn't, but he does have like 6 energies in his hand, so whiffing there kind of makes sense.
Kind of expected.
Gotta fire it off anyway, because that's gonna put you so far ahead if you...
And there goes the N. Putting all those energies back into the deck.
Unfortunately, this is gonna give Jared a full hand as well.
Right. He was looking a little thin on resources there, but this is definitely gonna help him. But sometimes you gotta do it. You gotta give your opponent cards, and if it means you're gonna get cards. Sometimes it's the only way.
And really, he went from 3 cards to 4 cards, so it's not a huge thing. We just know that he didn't have a supporter, so it was way bigger than Sam probably knows it was.
Yeah, Sam doesn't know that, but he doesn't get a Rockruff again. So, super awkward here. Abyssal Hand for 1. I'm gonna let this Remoraid go down. Jared wants to Guzma up that Buzzwole. It's probably his main goal here. So we see a Mount Coronet Stadium.
Right. Like, it wouldn't surprise me if Sam's game plan here is to try to Absorption one-shot the Duskmane in the active.
Yeah, and I think Jared was just realizing that as well.
Yeah.
Trying to read that GX attack. GX attacks are something to keep in mind.
Yep. Ooh, oh, no, that was a Cynthia. I thought that was a Guzma for a second. It was like, that's so backbreaking. But it was just a Cynthia, so we're back in. We're gonna draw some more cards. Unfortunately, Sam doesn't run Fighting Fury Belts, so changing the number so he's not dying to the 220.
Right. It's not possible.
It's always going to get one-shotted if they have the 4 energy.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Fury Belt would have been pretty key in this matchup for him.
I don't think he planned for this matchup, though.
Probably not. That's a safe bet.
If you can start it.
A lot of strange decks here today. Like,
I like it.
Really
It means the meta is not as solidified as everybody thinks it is.
yeah, it's definitely not stale. Wow. It kind of feels a little bit bad to discard those energies on that Remoraid, but you got to do what you got to do. And Jared takes another prize, going down to 3. To Sam's 6 prizes. Here we have an N.
Yep. And his hope is to hit an energy, or he already played energy out of his hand, so he's really hoping to just hit a Max Elixir here. So he hits the Max Elixir, the Absorption GX will deal 240 damage. And he has but because he has the strong energy on it, it will in fact knock it out, so he has to hit on this. Oh no!
No luck. Oh,
Sam just picks him up.
It's like, nope, that's it. That was his game plan, and unfortunately wasn't able to execute it. So that's going to be a 1-1.
Yep. Sam says, I whiffed twice, which
2
means
elixir.
that I don't have any game in this matchup anymore, and there's no way I win. So, I'm over it.
But yeah, so Jared takes that game.
I don't know if I've ever actually seen it.
Takes that game, and we're going to go to a game 3. So now Sam is going to go first.
Yep. The players are just going to shuffle up, unflip their GX counters, make sure to get their cards from the lost zone back out of the lost zone. They did not actually lose it.
Right. I hope we see more cards with that mechanic. I think maybe that's a sign that we will see something.
Yeah, no, I like it. There's
back
cards like Cyrus, as well as like Darkrai Prism. So there's a small handful of them that are out there, and if we keep seeing more of them, I think it'd be really cool because it gives it kind of that A-spec feel.
Definitely definitely an interesting new mechanic. It's always good when they add something to the game.
Yep.
I need 3 flips and 3, I get 3 tails.
You know, Curse
All right,
Shake.
shuffling up, setting up.
Yeah, and
Got
Sam
this.
starting with Remoraid again. No Buzzwoles, no Lycanrocs, or no Rockruffs in this case. But he does have an Ultra Ball. He says, I don't need this Oricorio in this matchup. This is not what this is there for.
Definitely not. And Lele start.
Yeah, Lele, does he run version in this deck? I don't think he does. He is not.
Who, Jared or Sam?
Sam.
Sam, yeah, no Bridget.
Just 4 Guzma, 4 Sycamore, 3 N. So.
Well, he had a little bit of trouble getting set up and finding basics last game, so maybe Bridget would have kind of helped that problem.
Yep.
Help solve that.
He does run like a large variety of basics between the Buzzwoles, the Remoraids, the Rockruffs, the Oricorio, the Regirock. There's a lot of basics he could have found.
Definitely. At least he gets a Buzzwole with an energy. He's got an attacker ready to go here. And an N.
Yep.
Turn 1 N.
Not necessarily a bad thing.
No, it can be pretty good. I mean, your opponent has a lot of decks, so there's a lot of useless cards that they can also draw from a turn 1 N.
Yep.
It's pretty easy to get a dead hand.
4 stadiums plus 2 stage 2s or something,
Yeah.
the game is just over.
Exactly. Yeah, Jared's deck's definitely a lot clunkier than Sam's.
Not by much, because
Well, Sam just needs a bench energy or bench basic attach energy attack. It's a little bit less of a complicated game plan, that's for sure. A lot of games going to game 3 so far here today.
yep, almost all of them finishing.
Yeah. Getting on late in the day though, round 6. This is round 7. Only 2 more after this.
Sam's gonna say pass. He's gonna say, I don't need to do anything. My hand is good for next turn, but like he has an Octillery in there. He has a Max Elixir. He has a Parallel City that doesn't really do anything yet.
Not yet. Does he have a supporter though?
There's one unknown card in his hand. And I'm not sure what it is.
Yeah. No Rockruff once again.
It's not really his game plan in this matchup though, is to go on the Lycanroc plan.
Yeah, I wouldn't think so either. He definitely wants to take some early prizes as soon as Jared benches some basics for him to do that with. Deciding what to get off Bridget, getting a 2 Duskmanes, I think.
Yep.
And
One full art, one not.
Yeah. One Magnemite, kind of saying this Magnemite's definitely surviving, or he has another in his hand, not sure.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, I think that's. Is that a Magnemite or is that a Magnet the middle stage?
It's Magnemite.
Oh, is that a Magnezone? No, he's gonna pass, so he's just kind of gambling that Magnemite's gonna stick around.
Yep. He says, this is gonna live. I don't need to worry about it.
That's a bold
And Jared's
move.
sitting there like, don't Guzma me.
That's a bold move. Yeah, if he does Guzma on that Magnemite, it's pretty big. And Octillery, Parallel City gets to draw. He's got a Cynthia in hand there. I see that. Oh, and there's the good. See, he's gonna do it.
Brutal.
Kind of left him that opening there. Not sure about that. I think maybe going for a second Magnemite was just safer.
Yeah, I agree. Sam's going to draw 3 cards off that Abyssal hand. Kind of clocks it sideways a little bit. Says, I've used this.
Yeah.
and then is gonna take this knockout.
Did Jared possibly prize Magnemites? Did we see that? Because that might have been the reason for him only choosing one.
Yeah, it's possible.
So it's possible.
Jared does not
might
look
have.
excited about this.
Yeah. So how many Magnemites does he play?
He runs
only
4.
2. So
Just 2?
Yeah. Wow.
Ooh.
That would be easy to prize the second one. I was out here assuming he would run more than 2, but only 2. Oh no, there's 3. This one was hiding. It's
Yeah,
just
he's run
the
two
different ones.
different versions.
So there's 3 with 2 different versions. So if 2 were prized, that's just unlucky. I think
And comes
3 is
down.
a lot more reasonable than 2.
I agree.
I was shocked there for a second until I realized that.
So Buzzwool's GX attack currently does 220 damage because of the strong energy. Very close to knocking out the Duskmane.
Very, very close indeed. But yeah, definitely. So if those 2 Magnemite weren't prized, it's an interesting decision there. Kind of shut off his start right away. But he has the rescue stretcher, gets it back, and fills up the rest of his bench. What's the last card? Is it a supporter or is he drawing dead? Oh, I think it's nothing. He is actually just drawing.
And we're going to start by parallel sitting you. You got to make a decision here. What do you want to keep? This is tough because he like. Yeah, he's going to get rid of the 2 big Duskmanes. It's brutal. Nope, okay.
He's got to keep
He says,
that.
nope, I don't want the Mew. Got to keep 2 of these.
He's really prioritizing having 2 Duskmanes on board, that's for sure.
Yeah.
And Cynthia. So that Magnemite's not getting the Guzma treatment. It's safe. But we know Jared only has 1 card, so he's on top deck mode. We don't know the time in this round, do we?
We do not
We need
because
to
we
get that
started low.
back.
Yeah.
We need to get that back online for next round.
So
for
because
sure.
of the strong energy, the Buzzwool with its middle attack will actually be able to one-shot the Tapu Lele.
Knuckle Impact.
Good old Knuckle Impact.
So after you Knuckle Impact, he can't attack during the next turn, though. So that might
So
give
he's going to
Jared
try to set up
a
the
little
next
bit of time.
one.
Here comes the Rockruff.
Yeah, which makes sense. Like, all right, I'm going to get the Rockruff. I can now start attaching energies to that, so that way I can attack the Lycanroc on the turn that the Buzzwool can't. He has the Lycanrocs in hand, it looks like. And he's just like, I'm going to set up this Buzzwool, actually. So being able to just go back and forth, not a problem.
Okay, so do you just use the GX attack on the
Yep.
Lele? I
Yep.
believe.
We just see the GX counter flip there. Sam's taking a very fast lead here. In
Yeah,
the
I'm
third
actually
game.
kind of surprised. I thought that this was going to be a bit of a tougher matchup for Sam than it's turning out to be.
It's all about the Magnemites. If he can answer the Magnemites before he gets a Magnezone, it's really easy for Sam to win. But if Jared gets going, it's almost impossible for him to keep up.
Yeah, definitely. And Jared dead drawing is really letting him go in and take this opportunity to take this advantage.
Yep. So Buzzwool goes down. Jared takes his 2 prizes. 220 is a lot of damage.
Definitely. The machine is kind of started running. No
Yeah.
Magnezone yet.
Can
but
Sam hit on one of these? And he does hit,
finally,
which
he
actually is huge.
gets that energy.
60, 70, 80. Fortunately, still doesn't one-shot it, but gets to put 180 damage, which is a lot. So he does have the strong energy.
Oh boy. He has a float stone as well, so he can retreat this artillery. But I think he's pretty much resigned to 2-shotting it right now.
Yep. And he kind of has to. There's not a lot of other options he has. So he's gonna put himself down to 3, but he has the Octillery's Abyssal Hand that he still has not used yet. So going down to 3 is not a huge problem because he knows as long as he can play at least 2 of those, he can draw another 4 cards.
Very true. So 3 for Sam, 4 for Jared. Let's see what each player's Octillery, and then an Abyssal Hand.
That is a lot of energy.
Yes, so, and an Elixir.
He just draws all the energies plus Elixir at the same
so
time.
Funny.
Sam is in fact playing Regirock, so he could have hit it off this, and that could have changed the math a bit.
Yeah, but no Regirock to be found right at the moment. He could have also grabbed a Choice Band, which I don't think he hit either.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, so it's a little bit of a tough situation for him now.
Yeah, it was like N, 3 energies, and a max elixir.
Oof.
Brutal. Luckily, he'll be able to end it away next turn, but that doesn't help for the now. Sam's counting some energies probably, and just being like, alright, what's the chances that he's actually going to be able to hit me with the Solgaleo next turn? He's considering maybe like retreating back to the dead Remoraid. He's just kind of chilling on the bench.
I don't know.
I don't want to play anymore.
You're not going for top 16.
And he's going to bring up the Buzzwole and hit into the big guy.
180 damage. That's a lot.
Still alive, though. And he's going to attach. Counter Stadium, so he can get some energy back from the discard, although he doesn't have Magnezone in play yet, so. But Jared also doesn't run any kind of healing.
Yep.
So, which is interesting.
The Solgaleo is probably going to die. Whether it dies this turn or next turn, that is the question.
I mean, either way, Sam has it set up so he can just use Bloodthirsty Eyes and he can bring it up and take the knockout on it.
Yep, absolutely.
Since Lycanroc is just a built-in catcher.
So good. I miss Old Catcher. Can I just play items that Lysander my opponent?
I think you're the only one that misses it.
I love that card. That format was great.
It was a lot of fun. But this Buzzwole is Sam's only attacker at the moment. Oh, whoops.
I'm gonna throw your cards. It's okay. Have fun, Jared.
So he's gonna need to find a backup and get something else going here.
But yeah, Sam is definitely in a better position here, unless Jared can somehow get another Magnezone going. Because as soon as he knocks out this Solgaleo, Jared has nothing until he gets the Magnezone.
He needs a Magnezone, that's for
It's
sure.
going to take him 4 turns to just manually attach energies.
Like, so there it goes, and then this Solgaleo is gone, or this Necrozma. That one's Necrozma. It's hard because, I mean, it technically is Solgaleo.
Yes.
It's just like fused with Necrozma.
Yes.
But he definitely just needs to get a Magnezone, and if he does manage to, after this is knocked out, if he does manage to get a Magnezone, he does manage to get another Necrozma powered up, then it's smooth sailing from there on out. And
Sam
I think he'll
says,
have the
I want
game,
to shuffle
but
some threats into my deck.
yeah, he needs to get another attacker out, so that's what he's looking for. And N is just not what he... It's not what he wants to do to draw cards.
Like, it's
he's only
okay.
gonna get 3 cards.
It's only 3 cards, but like you said, he does have the Abyssal Hand off the Octillery. That he's really just looking like if he can draw a Buzzwole and an energy, he's in a great position. And that's a lot of cards for him to draw a Buzzwole.
That's true.
Energy.
And I think he drew
I
a
think he
Buzzwole.
actually drew a Buzzwole and the
And another. So now he
Oricorio.
gets to draw 5 off of this hand.
Yeah, because I think that's a Super Rod in his hand. So he has to shuffle like 3 energies back in, and then draw 5 to just draw 8 energy to get way back in this game.
Octillery makes bad ends good.
Yes.
Cards players, that is time.
Yeah, that's a
That
choice
is
band.
Time. Turn 0 starts now.
Is that time for Masters?
I don't think so, because they started a little late.
Yeah.
Juniors and seniors only.
Juniors and
My
seniors.
apologies.
Answer to my question right there. Saying no. Not sure what happened there, but he's playing a Max Elixir because it doesn't look like he got energy. I'm not sure. Okay, there's one. Not too sure if he has one in his hand.
Yeah.
Yeah, he does have energies.
He
in his
does.
hand.
Energies on energies.
Yeah.
All
He's
right,
getting that
Pokemon
Oricorio ready to
players.
He's doing this because
Going
it
now.
lets him set up the, you know how to take extra prizes game plan?
go. Yeah.
That jackpot is up to 32.
Oh, he can't take all 3 of them though.
32 dice. Boy, that's a lot of stuff off that prize wall, guys.
Can't quite
All
knock
you
out
gotta
the
do is
Magnemite
beat my gunslinger.
for
It's
the
that simple.
Oricorio
Real
win.
easy. You can do it.
Still
What
really
else
good though to
do
put
you
up
have?
a non-EX attacker.
Yep, and Sam takes 2 more prizes, so he only has 1 prize. He just needs.
Makes it so Jared now has to Guzma and get a knockout on that Buzzwole. So
Yep.
he needs a lot of things. He needs a Magneton, or not Magneton,
Magnezone.
Magnezone. He needs a Magnezone, he needs a Guzma, and he needs the necessary energy.
Yep.
But I don't think he has that, so it looks like he's going to go with the... I forgot the name of the attack. The Star, Crystal Star, something like
Stardust.
that. Star.
On the Oricorio?
on the Solgaleo. It's definitely something about Star.
Oh, and the dust.
Yeah, it's okay.
We got it.
No big deal. It's no big deal. Let's figure out what's going on.
Sun's
in the
Eclipse.
game. No, that's not it.
Meteor
But that's okay.
Tempest, okay.
Radiant Star? Something like that. Oh well.
There's so many card names.
No
so
big
many
deal.
attacks.
It's all good. The baby Solgaleo. Radiant Star.
Yeah.
Procasters. Let's go. But he's gonna get all the energy he has there. Which is only 2. So now Sam needs a way to take 1 prize here. He's eyeing up that Magnemite. How many Pokemon are in the discard? Is that enough? Is that just already a
It
knockout
might be.
there?
He might be able to kill. Yeah. Just attack the Oricorio. I can just
Sure is
deal the
wearing what?
damage.
Looks like there's enough Pokemon
Yep.
in there.
And that's going to be the handshake, and that's going
Okay.
to do it.
Wow.
Sam to take the win.
Oricorio for